This week in the world of news from books, beards, and brews. All right. As always, I am Bob of Tales by Bob.
I'm the ass of the podcast, Derek.
I am creative consultant Tanya.
And she's actually managed to maintain it for a little while.
I don't know how, because she was talking about some nonsense last episode, and at no point did I finally remember that I could just take that shit away.
But here's the thing. I talk nonsense a lot.
I know.
True.
That's why.
She's pretty consistent.
It's consistent, though. Consistently creative.
Which is why you
Tanya.
consistently lose your titles.
Yeah.
Fair.
So we're still sipping that Canadian Hunter, the slightly more expensive Canadian version of Heaven Hill, and it's still okay. And Tanya's
I'm
still
still
sipping
working
that.
on this bird dog. How many more? How big was this?
That was
750 milliliters.
Standard.
What is that in U.S.? Milliliters is not U.S.
But liquor
And
is
that's what liquor's always
measured in.
yeah.
Though. Like that.
God. Well, I'm only halfway done with
You're
this.
the only one drinking it because I'm not drinking that shit anymore.
I know. I have
It's
to
not.
get...
It's not bad. I just don't want to drink that.
I just don't...
Like,
I
it's
mean,
just-
it's
if-
okay
li-
with a
life,
Sprite.
Life is short. I don't want to drink that.
That's okay.
So-
I don't want to drink that Bonnie
All right,
Rose,
Derek,
so it'll sit
cheers.
there.
All right, yeah.
This Canadian Hunter, it reminds me of Lucky I Am the Hunter, which is a band.
So here's the thing about it. I don't like the finish that much. It's got an earthy finish. I know it sounds real fancy coming from me.
It does.
But
If I could taste right now,
yeah,
I would
It's
explain what you mean. But
It's got a weird finish. Like it makes me think of mushrooms. While I will readily acknowledge it does not taste like mushrooms, but like it evokes a sense of mushrooms.
Umami.
Oh my God, yes, Bob. See, that's the thing. That's what tasting notes do. They don't actually taste like the thing. They just make your tongue feel a certain way that invokes.
So
Although
basically,
sometimes they do taste. like
Basically, every sip of this makes me think of cow pies.
Well,
Like you take well, that's where the good mushrooms grow. So you take a sip,
Yeah.
and it is a lot smoother than Heaven Hill. A lot smoother,
just has a funky finish for you.
but a funky finish. Yeah. Like is this?
is it the zero that you're drinking that's kind of ruining it for you?
Well, that's what I was.
No, because the zero actually kind of masks that finish a little bit. But I'll say this: this is
40%.
It is 40%, but is it? It doesn't say it's like grain spirits. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into this
No,
more.
yeah, I was looking at it earlier because I was trying to figure out if it was because I can't
Heaven-
taste it right now. But you were talking about
Heaven
it.
Hill. Heaven Hill is basically Everclear with a spritz of whiskey for color.
Yeah.
It's like 80% neutral grain spirit, 20% whiskey.
Well, this Canadian Hunter, from what I remember looking at it at the liquor store, and it's like a million miles away across this table from me right now. But I think it was just like Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, no, it is. Well, is it? Yeah,
I think it's whiskey.
Well,
it's
it's
Canadian
like-
whiskey with natural flavors, which it's got.
But it is
it's got-
made in Kentucky.
It's,
Look on the
oh,
back.
okay. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Bottled by Sazerac in Frankfort, Kentucky.
Which
Okay.
Sazerac does the Sazerac rye that I like.
Okay, I saw a bottle of that. They had one bottle at the ABC store, and I was tempted. But you had it, and
Yeah.
it's good.
It's all right. You don't like rye though.
I'm not big on rye. It's one of those deals like I will never not like if someone here's a whiskey, it's a rye. I'm never gonna be like, oh fuck you, I'm not gonna drink that rye.
The Sazerac was
I'm not gonna buy rye.
it was okay. It's not as good. It's not my favorite of the rye. My favorite one that I've had so far was what was it called? Oh man, I'm
The
blanking on the name.
Templeton?
Yeah,
The
the
Templeton
Templeton
rye.
rye. I really like that.
I think Woodford Reserve has some new stuff out.
Oh, that's right. I've seen, and I love
So
Woodford.
you should check that out. I don't quite know what it is, but you should check out the new
Yeah.
Woodford.
Haven't you been wanting to try the Clyde Maze rye?
Yes, I want to try it, but
you don't want the big thing.
I don't want to buy a big bottle. All they ever have is the big bottle of the Clyde Maze.
Maybe
rye.
sometime I'll get one.
Yeah.
and-
But
Yeah.
I just really like the Clyde Maze. All right, anyway, so this is our new weekly news episode, kind of diving in on this. So this headline is, that's a bold move, Turkish.
Ooh.
See, oh,
And you
love
think it might involve Turkey, the country, or the food, but you'd be wrong.
Turkish
So-
Delight is delicious, by the way.
So, 2 men have been charged following the theft of thousands of dollars of liquor from a Union Pacific intermodal yard in northeast Houston. Court records indicate the theft happened just before New Year's Eve at a facility on Kirkpatrick Boulevard.
Kirkpatrick!
All right, quick aside.
That's great.
My favorite comedian right now, his name is...
Tony Baker.
Tony Baker. He is fucking hilarious. And what he does on his Instagram is he does a lot of videos. He'll find like funny videos and voice over them. And he's got this one thing, like if anyone ever like face plants off a skateboard or like a fucking bat takes somebody out or something like that, he says, "Go Kirkpatrick!" Like Kirk Kirkpatrick just laid him out.
It's great.
And it's fucking hilarious. Kirkpatrick. We watched a video yesterday of this. Like, I was fucking impressed. It was a guy I'd say he's probably roughly my height, but probably had 100 pounds on me, and I'm a fat guy.
So he's like my size?
No, he was big. Huge gut. And he's like going down the beach and like
does like a backflip and shit?
He does a front flip fine and then tries to turn that into a backflip and just fucking face plants.
Yeah.
I think Tony Baker said he curled up like a
big old shrimp.
Like a big old shrimp. It was fucking hilarious. Tony Baker, man, he's fucking great. He's going to be in Huntsville or Birmingham soon. I'm going to try and see him. He lives in California, but
yeah.
Anyway, so
this happened on Kirkpatrick.
All right. So anyway, police said on December 30th that a man driving an 18-wheeler entered the yard, hooked up to a shipping container, and just drove off. Court documents said that there were 1,386 cases of liquor in the container.
Damn.
All bound for a wholesaler and valued at $1,640,000. $164,316.75. There we go. Learn to read, Bob. Police said the container was later found dumped near a vacant lot, and most of the liquor was gone.
Yeah.
Police said that some of the liquor in the container was Captain Morgan's and Smirnoff. And I read, reading farther in this, I think what they did was, they went to, the guard shack, and the guard was like, nope, no one came by. And then they brought up the camera and saw the guard, wave the guy in.
Oof.
So it was definitely an inside job.
Yikes.
But, wow, man. Over 1,300 cases of liquor. That's enough liquor for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but then you're just drinking Smirnoff.
Well, no, they said that there was Smirnoff and
Captain
Morgan. That was probably what was left over.
Yeah. But I'm going to take the good stuff and just leave this shit.
Let me holla at
they definitely caught the guys. They definitely caught them. Mm-hmm. So the guys are caught.
I mean, there's not really many 18-wheelers just bebopping around. It's not a Honda fucking Civic. Okay?
There's a ton of 18-wheelers. What are you talking about?
Literally
18-wheelers in Civics.
I know, but that aren't just free roaming. No. That someone can just...
Trucks literally go all over the country.
But there's not a lot of independent owner-operators.
Okay.
That have their own vehicle that can go do this. You have a lot of people who work... There are a lot of independent owner-operators. Yes, there are.
So, but here's my...
But a lot of them work for companies where they have to check their truck in. So if you work for Schneider, for example, your truck... is GPS tracking.
I was just waiting for you to finally get to something that was actually accurate.
How much does a used 18-wheeler cost, would you think?
Oh, my Lord.
It's only a couple grand.
All right. So these people just stole a trailer of liquor. What makes you think they won't steal an 18-wheeler?
Huh.
I mean, I'm not saying that they did. The report said nothing about...
I have trouble using one gear stick, but 18-wheelers have lots of gears.
No, you know they make automatics now?
They do.
Sorry, still dying.
Oh, they tried to talk me and Damon at work into becoming truck drivers. And they're like,
it's automatic.
It's they're automatic. They're automatics now, and you'd make far more money.
Yeah.
And
wait, who was trying to talk you into this?
Stanley. Yeah. No, really. They need truck drivers more than they need tech people. That's how the trucking industry is starved for truckers right now.
It's true.
If self-driving vehicles were not on the horizon, I would probably do it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I'm just worried that I would get into this career field 20 years down the road, I get muscled out by a self-driving car.
But 20 years down the road
be damn near time to retire.
Retiring time anyway.
Okay.
Well, let's be fair. Bob would be a professional author within the next 10 years.
I'm not planning on ever retiring, is the thing. Like,
I would retire now if I could.
Well, no, here's the thing. I want to be a writer. Like, I want to write for the rest of my life. I don't ever plan on retiring. I plan to
writing's not work. I mean, okay, I'm not saying writing's not working, but...
Wow.
She's been coming to you like a cheese book.
It's not... Throwback.
Coming back like a cheese pear.
Oh my God.
Throwback. Way throwback.
You know, I didn't even think about that with the
Derek's dying, y'all.
The cheese book. She was all up in arms about the cheese book, but a cheese pear, oh no, that's fine. Oh, we can have all the cheese pears we want, but a cheese book, that's a bridge too fucking far.
Y'all, I'm gonna make some motherfucking cheese pear salad for y'all next time.
Because that's got mayonnaise in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't have mayonnaise. It has Miracle Whip. It's
different.
Which
is fucking mayonnaise.
No, it's different.
Is it though?
They're made out of different things.
But if the end
mayonnaise is only made out of oil and eggs, Miracle Whip is made out of God knows fucking what.
Did you know you can make a biscuit out of mayonnaise?
I did.
Yeah, I put some flour in it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just stop this. Moving forward.
Makes it moist.
All right. So, God, we went off the rails there a little bit.
That's what we do.
All right, so
it's our brand.
Off-roading in our 18-wheeler trucks.
Here's my next headline.
Okay.
Derek will appreciate this.
Will I, though?
Well, he won't like the headline, but he'll appreciate what the content of the headline is. Fucking Babymetal. God. I don't like Babymetal. Are you familiar, Tanya? Babymetal is
negative.
Okay, all right, stop. All right, you're gonna hear Babymetal and you assume that it's heavy metal for babies. And
no, I'm thinking it's more like pastel, Asian dancey people.
Right here.
All right, let Derek explain it.
Japanese idol girls, cutesy smiling, wearing all black, and having heavy death metal music behind them.
Okay, so I was right except for the pastel part.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. While this is generating, me and you are going on a trip through audio bliss.
I don't like Babymetal. Yeah. I
just imagine they're doing a whole lot of pointing at their cheeks and like dancing with their like pigtails.
I'll show you. It'll be great.
You know how a lot of the the J-pop style, it's always like the one slightly older girl with the two sidekicks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
That's the thing. It's that, and so like the girls aren't themselves; they're playing characters, so they can be replaced as needed, kind of deal. Like the band is its own entity. Like the people in the band are interchangeable. I'm not a big fan, but there are some people that are all fucking in. So Derek, you're gonna love this. You'll confront a demonic, fire-breathing chicken, stare into the jaws of a hideous vulture, and plummet into a void. Yet the most surprising thing about the new Babymetal comic book is that it doesn't feature Babymetal. Apocrypha, the legend of Babymetal, instead tells the story of the metal resistance, the title of the band's second album, and the name for a trio of female warriors who must fight evil through the ages. In each time period, each girl has a new outfit and a new name. Think Buffy the Vampire Slayer, except with 3 Slayers and the elusive fox god as their mentor instead of school librarian Giles. The one constant across the eras is their superpowers based on the elements of ice, fire, and air. By watching how the characters use them, Babymetal fans can soon work out which 2018 member they correspond to.
I think we need a moment to clear Derek's brains off the wall here. His head just exploded.
It's at Books A Million in Montgomery right now. I saw it there yesterday.
Derek's dead, y'all.
The art is real fucking good. I think you'll really like it. It's a lot of like blacks and reds, and it's real
evocative,
inky, very inky style.
Oh my god, yes! I'm so excited.
All right,
I was like, as soon as you started talking about this at the very beginning, I was like, these comics don't tend to work.
Tony,
but
you know, heavy metal is like the horns, and then they do this symbol.
Like a puppy.
It's a fox.
Face.
It's a fox.
Oh, okay.
A
fox
fox
spirit.
Face.
Which is the first video I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah, this band has its own mythology.
I love this. Like, Derek, your face while he was describing that was just like a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah. So
you were just like,
hey,
oh my god.
It's like, hey, Derek, we're gonna take like 75% of the things you love and throw it into one thing. It's like art, comics, music,
Babymetal.
Babymetal. I was going to say Asian culture.
The weird thing is that it's heavily Japanese based.
He doesn't know anything about
Japan.
I don't think so.
You
know what? I'm just gonna brush that right off my shoulders.
So
it doesn't bother me.
Apocrypha was announced on April 1st, aka Fox Day, Babymetal's equivalent of Christmas Day, where they reveal new music or parts of their mythos. The trailer, unveiled at New York Comic Con in October, notched up more than 100,000 views.
So, Babymetal's not a genre. Babymetal's a band.
It's a band.
Yeah, no, it's a band.
Singular band.
I was thinking it was a whole genre.
No, it's one
singular...
word. Babymetal. One word.
Yeah. I'm literally when we stop.
When I hit stop, he's going to show you some videos.
I have videos to show you too. It's also great. It's rabbits eating berries.
Okay, let's start with that, and then we'll go on to Babymetal.
So the last little bit is GMB Chomachuk is the Canadian artist who illustrated the graphic novel. It's written by Koba Metal, scripted by U.S. company Z2 Comics, and illustrated by GMB. Apocrypha, The Legend of Babymetal, is a visually stunning thrill ride through the band's fictional universe. And again, they have it at Books A Million. I flipped through it. I mean, it looks good. Like I seriously, like, if it had been in the like $15 price range, I would have bought it. Yeah. It looked cool enough. Like, and I love mythology. Like, here's the thing: I don't personally much care for. I don't like the sound of Babymetal's lyric, like their vocals. I don't like the sound of their vocals. I have no problem with the metal. I don't have a problem with like young girls doing metal or anything like that. I don't hate like female vocalists or anything like that. Like, I just don't like that stuff. I'm not a big J-pop fan. It's J-pop vocals laid over metal. And I don't really.
It kind of sounds pretty great. I'll be honest.
No, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. You're either going to love it or hate it. I don't know a lot of people who are neutral on the subject. So, but like, I love bands that really go all in on their mythology. Like, Kiss did a bunch of stuff like that. Gore. What is that Hard Rock Hallelujah band? Lordy. Like, bands like that really just go all in on themselves and their mythology. I love that kind of shit. So I would have picked this up.
Now I got Hard Rock Hallelujah in my head.
That's a great song. All right. Last bit of news. It's cancer. So this came off WebMD, which I'm surprised it wasn't cancer. So this is something.
You have a sore throat? Derek gets cancer.
Yeah, this is something I have kind of thought about. Like, I've never had this direct thought, but I've had like hints of this thought kind of trickle around my brain on occasion, and they finally put it into words.
Here we go.
No. Okay, so think about it like this. All right, so beer sales have very slightly declined a little bit over the past few years.
Yeah, pots picked up.
Well, but people have picked up. People are really into craft beer now, right? Like, people are drinking so much more craft beer than they were.
Ugh, yeah.
Craft beer, almost every craft beer I've seen has a higher alcohol content than like a Budweiser or a Bud Light.
And that's part of the selling point is like, why would I spend $3.50 for a Bud Light?
Well, here's the thing. So
when I can spend $5
so beer sales have declined, but only by like a percentage point. But such a large percentage of it being drunk right now is a much higher alcohol content.
So there's more alcohol consumed, but fewer bottles sold, kind of thing?
Yeah. And so that's got to have some health effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right?
Alcohol's bad for you, as I drink my Bird Dog and
as we sit here and drink. So, okay. So...
Well, it is Saturday.
I'm just going to read this. So, Americans may not be drinking much more than they used to, but they're drinking more potent stuff. And that trend towards higher alcohol drinks may be part of what's driving an increase in alcohol-related deaths and illnesses.
Well, duh.
All right. So... There's been so here's a quote. There's been this observation recently of increases in alcohol-related problems like increases in alcoholic liver disease and mortality and emergency room visits related to alcohol, but we haven't seen a similar increase in alcohol consumption, says Priscilla Martinez, PhD, a public health and epidemiology researcher at the California-based Alcohol Research Group. Mm-hmm. But it's not just microbrews, though. Wines and liquor people... The amount of liquor has been going up in them overall, and more people are buying cordials and liqueurs for mixed drinks, and mixed drinks will fuck you up.
Yeah,
they
will.
So the average alcohol by volume for beer grew by 2%. And
that's a lot.
Between 2002 and 2016, and 6% for wine and 4% for liquor. And so the thing is, like, all right, you out there listening might think, oh, that's not a lot. What, like 2%?
No, that's a lot.
But 2% of every beer you drink for the next 20 years, think of how much extra alcohol you consume than you would have before.
Well, and I can definitely see how, like, if you're used to slamming back a 6-pack of, Bud Lights, and then, you get a 6-pack of some craft brew and think you can put down the same 6 and accomplish the same thing.
Well,
but you're going to be significantly more drunk. You've consumed the same number of bottles, but more alcohol. So I can see where there would be more.
Well, it's not even just craft. Think of Bud Platinum.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times if I'm buying beer, like, all right, so I'm doing low carb right now, so I typically buy like
Mick
Ultra, or Select 55. Mostly Mick Ultra. Select 55 is real watery. But the fucking Bud Platinum.
Yeah.
That's fucking a Budweiser product. You can get it fucking everywhere, and it's 8%, I think.
Yeah.
And like that's like if I'm drinking beer,
that's
not like craft
go.
beer, that's what I get, because it takes a lot to get me drunk because I'm fat. So I don't have to drink as much.
Well, and plus beer just bloats me up, so I'd rather just drink something potent.
Yeah,
because otherwise I'm just gonna get full before I get
exactly.
drunk.
I have to
That's why I personally tend to stay away from carbonated beers. I'll drink a cider, or I'll just have
I do love it, but see,
liquor
I
and
drink
soda or
ciders
something
for taste.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like
too
I
sweet.
want, because for me, cider, I'm not drinking cider to get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm drinking cider to have something that tastes good and to get a light buzz.
Yeah.
I never drink cider to get drunk.
I'm gonna get a headache before I get drunk.
I drink cider.
I drink cider to relax and have
Yeah.
something that tastes good while I'm eating my dinner.
Yeah. Like that's why I like cider. Like if I'm just going out to a bar and I know I'm going to have one or two, I'm probably going to have a cider.
Something that tastes good.
No, if I'm going, do I want to get drunk? Oh well, hey, what's your well whiskey? And do you have Coke Zero? No. Do you have Diet Coke? Sweet. Put them together. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. It's something that had kind of been teasing around in my brain for a little bit.
It makes a lot of sense.
And yeah, it does. Like, so I think we may, it's so early, like the craft beer explosion, we're still kind of new. I think we're going to really, 20 years from now, we're going to see some real repercussions from this, I think. More so than we are now.
I mean, also, like, alcohol is such a culture in our country where, you've got wine moms. That's a thing. And it's okay and it's totally acceptable and totally cool to come home at night and brag about downing a half bottle or a whole bottle of wine in the evening. It's not as taboo and hidden as it used to be. There's this whole culture of, like, oh, I'm gonna go out and have some craft drinks because it's craft breweries or something like that.
You're supporting local. You're going out,
you're not like, I had a sixer of whatever Interstellar beer because they're great and I'll just plug them. But, it's cool to say that. Less cool to be like, I went home and downed like...
Well, yeah, like, it's like, it's one of those deals, like, if you're like, oh, man, I went to fucking insert super dive bar and I drank fucking, I got shit hammered on Bud Lights.
Yeah.
Has a totally different impression on people if you're like, oh, well, man, I went over to Interstellar and, they had a new seasonal. I tried their seasonal.
Yeah.
And then I just drank a bunch of ginger coladas because they're fucking great.
Yeah.
And, like, just people's perception of those are wildly different, even though functionally
it's the same. It's actually kind of more drinking, but because the alcohol content's higher. But it just seems like our culture, American culture, is always, but even outside of prohibition, like, we've been more accepting of alcohol.
No.
Really,
everywhere else is more.
And then becoming now more. I know everywhere else is more accepting. I'm aware
okay, that's
of
what
that.
I was like,
I'm
what are we
aware
talking
of that.
about?
But as far as things that can...
Comparing
drugs,
to ourselves.
To drugs, period. Because, alcohol is a drug. It changes your brain.
Yeah.
Nicotine is a drug. It changes your brain. So...
But people are so negative on cigarettes. Like, as a culture,
but not vaping. But it's the same thing. But vaping is actually maybe worse.
No.
We don't know yet.
No.
Well, you got popcorn lung. That's a thing.
That's if you like. All right. So weird aside, for people who don't know, I had a side job for about a year and a half where I wrote blogs for a vaping company. And so my job was to go out and find research on vaping every week, and like you quickly run, like I couldn't do reviews, so everything I wrote had to be about the legality or issues like that, safety issues. And like, is vaping 100% safe? Fuck no.
Nothing is.
Fuck no. But
getting out of bed is not 100% safe.
It is so much safer than cigarettes. Now, popcorn lung is a real deal. Like you should not, if you're vaping, don't get anything with a butter flavor.
Yeah.
Like that. So I see Derek's face is incredulous. So butter flavor. All right. So there's a company that in Missouri that all these people started coming up with this weird lung disease. They started calling it popcorn lung because these people worked at a popcorn factory, and that butter shit got into their lungs, and it fucks your lungs up, and there's no cure for it. So the butter flavoring stuff that people put into vaping stuff to give it that buttery stuff can give you popcorn lung. So avoid anything buttery. Other than that, though, it's so much safer than cigarettes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like, it just seems like it's way more acceptable now than maybe like when we were younger, for it to be, oh, maybe I was not aware of it because I was a kid.
Yeah.
But like wine mom. I mean, hashtag wine mom is a fucking thing.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, like, oh yeah, I got my kids playing and I'm just kicked back on the couch, like drinking a bottle of fucking wine.
I think that's always been a thing, but now there's social media.
Well, I think that's what you're saying. It's like it's always been a thing, but now it's slightly more
acceptable now because other people.
A culture of wine.
I don't know that it's more acceptable. I just think it's easier to see because I think all the people that are going to do it probably did it anyways, and I'm still judging them for being terrible mothers.
Well, so I think part of it is like if you were a wine mom 20 years ago, you drank that bottle of wine at home by yourself in shame. But now you can go on Instagram and
put on your cute
mom,
socks, get the nice cup that says wine mom.
Not even that. Like, fuck the picture itself, but hashtag wine mom, and you are connected to a culture of other people who don't instantly look down on you for that.
I guess so I think that is maybe the point I'm trying to make.
It's validating that you have people that are like, oh well, shit, I do that too, and we're great moms.
It's totally fine.
Most of them probably are, and like great
fucking
moms.
Anti-vaxxers. That's exactly how this happens.
All right.
Yeah. So internet's terrible.
I think we're good there.
Yeah.
Right. So have y'all read any?
Oh God, whatever.
Books lately? You just finished another listen of Jade City.
Yes, I did.
Do you like it more now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually liked the second time way more.
And how was
the
the audiobook quality?
Very good.
Very good.
I mean, I'll say it's not Liza Lacamora. It's not.
But what is?
Nothing. But it's 100% serviceable. Like, okay. I mean, not even like. It is very good. Yeah. It is. The guy uses voices to the point where if he's being somebody else without saying who he is first, you know who he is.
Yeah. So, audiobooks I've been doing. I'm not going to talk about books. I'm going to talk about some little audio. So, I got done with an audiobook, and I had all these little Audible originals. Like every month, Audible gives you a book, and I had all these little books just kind of sitting there, and I was like, I need to go through these and start listening to them because a lot of them are shorter, like 2 to 4 hours long. I listened to one called The Coming Storm. It was fairly political. Not going to dive into the politics of it. It kind of, the two thrusts of it was like, we don't appreciate the government enough for its data collection. Like the data collection that it does is literally saving our lives, and we should be thankful for that. And the other part of it was like, some people have gotten into government that are corporate backed that are ruining that for us. Was kind of the gist of the book. And
when he says data collection, it's more like weather.
Yeah.
It's particularly like
it's most
weather
like
forecasting and data
prediction
predicting
stuff like that. Like,
will save you from a fucking tornado. And then somebody who wants to be like, well, no, maybe the peons don't get that early warning about the tornado coming.
The basic,
they need to pay for that from my service.
The kind of the thrust of it, AccuWeather, one of the CEOs of AccuWeather is now the head of NOAA, which is over the weather service, and apparently he's been like shutting down the weather service the Weather Service was trying to develop an app that we could just all Americans could have for the weather, and he shut it down because he's the CEO. He was the CEO of AccuWeather. And his whole family owns.
Like so he was not the CEO.
He was not the CEO.
He
was like the COO or the CIO or something like that. Yeah. So his family still owns the company. He's now the head of NOAA. I didn't want to go into this. Goddamn, I didn't want to go into it. But it was interesting. Yeah. More importantly, not more importantly, but that is more safe to talk about.
Yeah.
I've been listening to this X-Files.
Oh, shit. Yeah, because you got that one. I did not get that Audible
you should
original.
Have.
I picked something different. I don't know
why
I did.
Didn't you? You had the biggest crush on David Duchovny.
That picture of him wearing nothing but a teacup.
Did you know that David Duchovny is one of the voice actors for this? It's not a book. It's audio drama.
No.
They brought back all the original cast. No. It's Gillian Anderson, David Duchovny, the guy who plays Skinner, the guy who plays...
Try to send me that book.
The guy who plays Cigarette Smoking Man.
Oh, man.
Everyone's fucking back. And it's five like short stories. It's 4 hours long. It's 5 stories.
Shoot.
That like picks up where the series left off.
Oh, Gillian Anderson was so great too.
Yeah.
So if you like David Duchovny, did you ever watch Californication?
And Red Shoe Diaries?
I figured you'd like that. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
It was real bad.
She gets creepy with David Duchovny.
That's why I had to ask.
Real bad. It was middle school. There was hormones and emotions and things.
Middle school? She's still...
So Californication just came out.
Yeah. Like
that was out in high school.
No, it wasn't.
Bitch, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Are you talking about, like... I'm talking about the TV show that had David Duchovny in it.
Yeah, where he was a sex addict?
Yeah.
That show's not new.
Tanya,
I was around for a while.
I was drinking when that show came out.
Well, I've been drinking longer than you're supposed to be drinking.
Well, I wasn't.
Yeah, fair.
So,
what have I been reading while Bob does the internet to see?
2007 to 2014.
Yeah, it's not new.
It's 4 years old.
2007
to 2014.
2014 doesn't count. I remember it when it first came out.
Why does it not count?
That's still after I was
been out of high school for 4 years when this came out. You were in college when this came out.
Look. Turn around and stop judging me.
Wow. I don't know. I want to hear what she read.
It's just the same two things. I'm going to be in these books for a little while. I'm reading...
Because Grey House is real long and real dense.
Well, and Grey House, it's really good. I'm listening to it. It's just I can't listen to it at length. I have to do it in chunks.
You should really read this book. So this is the most difficult book I've ever read, but it's so rewarding because of it.
Yeah. I have it written down to read.
Yeah.
I just...
Look, it may be on KU. Maybe. I don't know.
It is. That's how I have it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's how
you should check it out. It's real fucking good. Real complicated.
And you have the audiobook for free, which is how I'm listening to it. And it's just I can't listen to it at length.
That's the thing.
And I can't do it when I'm doing something else. She can't listen to it like at
work or stuff like that because she's got to... When you're listening to this, like, you've got to pay attention. Like, when you're reading you've got to pay attention.
Yeah.
You cannot half-ass reading it.
So
I don't half-ass read anything.
Yeah. But no, so I'm listening to The Grey House by, Miriam Petrolsky or something like that. And then I am reading Jade City by Fonda Lee.
Yeah. How far are you into it? Not just
no spoilers. I'm saying probably 10, 15%.
15% approximately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but this book is not small.
So. The guy whose name begins with
an H.
No, A.
Yeah. He just got abducted.
Yeah.
Snatched.
Abducted. Oh! So
yeah.
That's where she's at.
That's why I was like, oh, I wonder, I hope he's gonna make everything better.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
And then Bob just reached over and kind of patted me consolingly. And I'm
like we told you what this basically
This is sadder Godfather.
Yeah. This is like and it's you've seen Godfather, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Well, the only way Godfather is sadder is if instead of a horse head, it's like a cat head that you wake up with, and that would be real sad.
Okay, she's not wrong on that, but I'm still like real kind of.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Well, no, that's it. We're done here.
What I was saying was we need to move on to Babymetal.
You're gonna show her some Babymetal. Where I'm gonna stop this.
Bunnies with berries.
Yeah, that first.
Berries, and you're gonna show Babymetal. I'm gonna get this like start the process of saving. If y'all knew what it took for me to record this, There's some audio engineer that if I told them what it took for me to record
They'd
one episode
laugh
of this,
at you.
they would fucking probably cry. They'd probably just drag me out back
or
and
help
shoot
you.
me.
No, they would just be like, well, why don't you just do this? And then
Probably.
you'd weep.
Which I am going to
to
talk. I know an audio engineer, Robert Chimp, Technical Earth Recording. If you're in Montgomery, you should use them for all your recording needs.
Or near Montgomery, you can drive.
Or near
here, it's
Montgomery,
fine.
yeah. He's fucking top notch. Anyway, but all right. So yeah, in the coming week, I hope that as it engulfs you in its foggy embrace, that
Oh God, fog is so creepy.
May the blessing of the beard be upon you.
Save me from the fog. Thanks for listening to this episode of Books, Beards, Booze. Our co-hosts are Bob, Derek, and Tanya. Our producer is Bob. For more information, visit our website, booksbeardsbooze.com. Follow our social media at Tales by Bob. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.